Hey, once this would be a bit of a comparison and then my own thoughts on these two Fitbits. So we have the latest and greatest, the Sense. Then we have the Fitbit Ionic here. So this one came out, I think, last year. And then this one came out in 2017. So this one's quite a bit older. And of course, this one has some updated insides. So it'll be a little bit faster for the most part than the Ionic is. So let's talk about the way they look and then their bands and whatnot first here. So this actually is always on display. This does not. I really do like that feature that we don't have to always be doing this. So if you're in an awkward position, working or whatever, you can just move it a little bit and you can still see the time, which is very nice. That's why I also like my Garmin's because of that reason. But this Ionic sadly does not have it. It does have we tap and it wakes up. So this is more square. This is more of a rounded square. The Ionic is a little bit bigger, as you can see there. I personally prefer a bit of a bigger watch, so I actually do prefer the Ionic on my wrist. I know when this thing came out, and still to this day, a lot of people do not seem to like the look of the Ionic. Personally, I really do like this look. It just looks different from most other watches out there. Whereas to me, the Versa looks too much like an Apple Watch. Not exactly, but too much like one. Just a smaller Apple Watch. You guys let me know what you think on the thoughts here. The Ionic here has 3 buttons, so one on that side, and then 2 on this side, whereas the Sense only has actually 1, and it is right there. It is a haptic feedback one, so it's not a physical button. You just touch it, and you can feel it vibrating, basically. Yeah. Band wise, this has, I think they call it the Infinity band. This has a more of a normal band. Again, I prefer the normal type band. It just, like any other watch, you put it on and you're good to go. Whereas this one, it's just harder to get on, especially with one hand. Well, of course, with one hand. It's just harder to get it on. See, when you get up like that, you then have this. You then have this this thing that's always stuck there, whereas this one it kind of moves a bit more. To me, it's just harder to get on. So then it goes through, and then it gets snapped in, and then you gotta put it through here again. Again, I just prefer the traditional band here. Again, that's my own opinion. You guys let me know what you think, which one you like better for band wise, but I do prefer these. And then 2 for bands. I highly recommend going onto Amazon. You can find a whole bunch of bands for either of these watches, along with pretty much any other smartwatch that's out there. There's name brand ones. You can get bands for like $10 or around $10 a band, or even cheaper off of Amazon. As well as these little protective guards for both watches. Again, you get like a 4-pack for like $10 off Amazon. These do have the Gorilla. Can I say the word? The screens, they are protected from the Gorilla Glass. But this just helps protect it even more so. That way you don't scratch up your watches. So definitely recommend checking out Amazon. So again, you can get a whole bunch of crazy different watch bands, such as this sporty one here. Far as taking these off, the Ionic, they're very similar in that. They do not, each of these bands do not go into each other. The Ionics is a little bit bigger, it's a little bit thicker. It just doesn't, they do not work with each other. But they're both very easy to take off and snap back on. So again, you have to have this type of band from what I can tell. Even on Amazon, every band for the Sense is this Infinity type band. Whereas Ionic is just like these bands, your normal watch band. Both of these displays are both very, very gorgeous. They're both very nice. I believe they're both AMOLED displays. I really like this watch face. You can get it off of the Fitbit store. I cannot remember the name. I'm sorry, but it is a beautiful watch nonetheless. Watch face here. So with the Sense, if you actually tap and hold, it brings you to your clocks. Then you can go through different ones. Both these can hold up to 5 different watch faces on them. The Ionic, it does nothing if you do that. But you can still switch it up. Just go all the way over to your clocks. So we'll go through the interfaces here. First off, we'll start with the Sense. So you swipe. So you have your always on display. You have how you wake up the display. So either doing that or touch and button manual. You have your controls for whatever you have this hooked up to, volume wise, so your phone's volume basically. Do not disturb, your nighttime mode, your sleep mode, and then you have your brightness here. And swiping to the left there will bring you back to what you're just on. Then your battery is up top, where you can hit this and bring it back to your home, or it turns off it as well. The button, swiping down here will bring you to your notifications. Swiping up will bring you to, well, your different widgets, your different apps here. So I have weather, then your core stats, so your steps, your floors, your distance. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, so I've not done much today. Calories burned, active zone minutes, and advanced stats as they call them. Your heart rate, your hourly activity steps, your exercise for the week, your sleep score, which we'll go into real fast here. This also gives you your score, your time awake, REM, light, and deep. Then your EDA scan, if you guys want to do a quick EDA, which is for your stress. You can also manage what you have on there, those apps. Swiping this way will bring you to your actual apps. You guys, the other ones you'd call widgets. So EDA, scan, your voice assist, your today, your exercises, settings, alarms, timer, weather, relax, your agenda, wallet, clock, faces, find my phone, which works very, very well. Starbucks, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, and then your ECG. So biggest difference going to be between this and then the Ionic here, besides from the always on display, is going to be your ECG and then your EDA scan as well. Those are going to be your two biggest differences. Then this one too, you can actually talk to people through the watch. And looking at the Ionic here, so you swipe that way, you get nothing. If you swipe down, bring you to your notifications. You swipe down again, it'll bring your music, your wallet, and then your other quick settings here. So you're just like on the sensor, you swipe to the left. This you do from the top. So you have do not disturb, your nighttime mode, your sleep mode, your brightness, and then how you wake up your watch here. So again, manual or with the motion. Hitting this button will bring you back, or swiping that way. Going down, you see it's a little bit slower, a bit of a slower processor here. So you have your steps, your active time minutes, calories, your distance, your floors, your average steps for the week, your heart rate, different things for heart rate, your sleep score. I don't know why mine does not come up. I actually wore this last night. It doesn't always record it though, sadly. Daily step badges, so these would be your different badges here. So this is a little bit different from what you saw on the Sense. Then your weekly exercise, then you can change it up what you have on there. Again, hitting this button will just bring you to the home or back, or turn off your screen. Going to the right, you have your exercise, music, alarm. This is the Adidas version, so you also get Adidas Train. If you do not have the Adidas version of the Ionic, you of course will not get that Adidas Train. And then you also got a different band, not this band, but different band. And I think this is a little bit different as well, the color of the watch itself. You have your coach, relax, weather, timer, wallet, settings, Pandora. I added in a calculator that is off of the Fitbit store. It's free. Calendar, again, I added that off of the Fitbit store. Clocks, your to-do list, which again, add off of the Fitbit store. Then find your phone, and that's it. So you do not have the EDA scan, and you do not have the ECG either. Flipping these two over, you do have different types of heart rates. Both of these will do your SpO2 though, when you sleep. Overall, I think these are very nice watches. I think they both work very well. You can do all the same exercises. Both of these have actual built-in GPS, unlike the older Versas that do not. The Versa 3 does. I believe the Versa 2 and the Versa 1 and the Versa Lite do not have. They have connected GPS, which a lot of Fitbits seem to have. Personally, I do not like connected GPS. I prefer an actual built-in GPS. You don't need to have your phone with you. You just go. Yeah, I mean, both of these are very nice devices. I will say, unless you really want the ECG or you want the EDA scan or you want it to be able to talk to people through your watch like a spy does, I personally would save the money and get one of these used. But now with that said, I have read many things where people do have issues with these, where they break after a year or two. I've had mine for over a year. I bought it used. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. I use this along with my Garmin. I switch between the two back and forth. But I've really had no issues. And I've never taken it swimming or in the shower with me. Because again, I've heard people having issues when they take them swimming or in a shower. It sometimes destroys them. Even though both these watches are waterproof, you're supposed to be able to go swimming. I have read many people complain about actually swimming breaks these watches. So that's something to watch out for. But yeah, so personally, I do like both these watches. Again, unless you need the EDA or the ECG or be able to talk to your watch like a spy, I think the Ionic is more than fine. I think it works very well. You guys let me know what you think. I do like both these watches. This is a very nice looking watch. This, to me, is a very nice looking watch, and a lot of people don't like the look of it. I do. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one. Goodbye.